Well, I got the sticker off. Here he is, the main man himself, who teamed up with Arn Anderson with the Four Horsemen, Ric Flair himself in Elite Series 92. I know there's a plane passing by, so try to avoid that as possible. You may not hear, you may will, who knows. But anyways, the whole point is we're focusing on Ric Flair. Let's just say the man has changed about too long. Too long in his career. I know the box is a little messed up because of the tape, but that's alright. So he's from Charlotte of North Carolina, of course. And of course his finisher is the figure forward leg lock. And he is your 16-time world champion and 2-time Hall of Famer. If you guys want to pause and read about it, you're welcome. And these are the figures that we already reviewed, including Charlotte Flair. So, without further ado, without further ado, let's review this figure. Alright everybody, so here he is, the man, the myth, the legend that we all know and love, which is Ric Flair. The Nature Boy Ric Flair. So, let's be completely honest, I like this vibe on Ric Flair. He is rocking the classic WCW Four Horsemen, which is that fancy group of 4 men just being a part of the Four Horsemen. So of course you can take off the shirt if you wanted to, just like so, because it's Velcro and all that good stuff. Let me just move the microphone out of the way. We'll get a chance to look at the microphone real quick. Just want to take off old Ric Flair's shirt. There you go. So that's what he looks like without him wearing his t-shirt. So of course he has the classic ripped torso as the usual. Still the same torso that we all seen and known and love today. So yeah, Ric Flair's pretty jacked, but he's no longer jacked in this day and age in 2023, because you know he's an older guy and he's retired from wrestling and all that good stuff. So this is what the shirt looks like without him wearing it. It's very nice. I like the clothiness. It's very nice and very soft, and I absolutely enjoy that and I love that. So that's fantastic. And of course, he come with interchangeable hands, which is supposed to be the Four Horsemen gesture, because the thumb is bent down. He's doing the 4. Same thing on this hand as well. They're both doing the 4s. And then, of course, let's go ahead and look at the microphone. So the microphone, of course, it has the classic WCW logo on there, which is kind of nice. And then, of course, if you look at this way, it'll say the WWE logo on there, because, you know, it's got to be owned by WWE. So, because this was back like in the classic Monday Night Wars between WCW Monday Nitro and then WWF Raw. So, yeah, they beat them in a landslide, which is pretty crazy. Alright, so for right now, let's go ahead and do some articulation on Ric Flair. Okay, so here we go, Ric Flair. So, his head goes 60 degrees. Definitely can look down a little bit. And he can sort of look up, but just not quite because of the hair piece. Of course, he can do the splits because he's an elite figure, but I don't think he can do the splits in real life. Oops, sorry, hitting the camera. He can definitely bend his knees a little bit. Just be very careful on the knee pads. Don't try to overdo them because they will break. Because I did that on my Apollo Crews figure when I was doing a stop motion, and it broke, so I had to replace them with different ones. Which was kind of hard, but it was a little bit easy at the end. So that's bends, including this side as well. I guess I call them the hip swivel. I think they're called the hip swivel. And then, of course, on his trunks you have RF. Hold on, there we go. RF for Ric Flair. Nothing on the back of the yellow trunks. Nothing too crazy. Then you have RF for Ric Flair again on the boots. Very nice, very bright yellowy and green. Trying to be like very cartoony and stuff. You can definitely bend his foot. Of course, you can definitely do some bending action right here. You can bend it like this. And then, of course, we gotta get to my all-time favorite, which is the ankle pivot that we all know and love today. The good old ankle pivots on every wrestling figure. No matter if it's on a man, no matter if it's on a woman, you gotta have articulations on the figure. No questions asked. So, of course, you're going to have to spin this around a little bit. He got a little bit of the ab crunch going on here, and this is what he looks like when he doesn't have an ab crunch. If someone hits him in the back, that's what it looks like. If he's getting kicked in the stomach, that's what it looks like when he's bending down or just looking down with confusion and all that. So the arms, so this one's probably going to be easy. So you just bend it and then you just twist it. I know it's a little bit stuck, but you have to hold it and then spin it. Usually that's kind of like how it works. If it's stiff like that, just keep practicing messing with it a little bit and then it'll get loose. He does have double jointed elbows. You can bend his hand a little bit. It'll spin around like so. And then of course on the other arm you can do the exact same thing. Double jointed elbows. Arm swivel like so. Like I said, if it's stuck like that, just mess with it. It'll do just fine. I'll have to do this one off camera just to get it to work. There we go. Now it's working. So yeah, just keep messing with it. If it's stuck or if it's, factory glued, which mine's okay, but if it does happen, definitely take it back in stores or order another one on Amazon. It's, whatever it worths or not so worse for you to do. So go and do that if you want. So, alright, so let's go ahead and get on with the interchangeable hands, of course, the classic four horsemen. So all you gotta do is hold the arm, pull the hand, like so, that's what it looks like. And then find the one that matches, so I'm gonna use this one. There you go. Then you bend it like so, just mess with it and see if it works really well. And then there you go, you get Ric Flair holding up the four horsemen gesture. Calling all four horsemen. Calling all four horsemen. Ric Flair needs your help, or it's time to assemble and all that. So it's kind of look like he kind of looks like he's about to do the John Cena, like you can't see me type of vibes. Kind of interesting, but So for this Ric Flair, let's go ahead and give this Ric Flair head scan a look. So the head scan definitely looks like Ric Flair 100%. I feel like they took it from that basic series, from that Battle Pack series. I don't think it's no longer the Battle Pack. It's more like the Hall of Champions or something like that. It's pretty nice for the most part. Like how his hair's going this way and that's going that way. Kind of going for like a very boyish haircut. You got some lines going on here, how it's flappy and all that. Very nice. Very nice for very much have a really, really good Ric Flair. Well, we all know Ric Flair doesn't have that. He has the classic slick back hair, old guy look. And I will say this, however, I know this might sound a little bit kind of a hot take, but let me just say this just to get this out of the way. So let me go ahead and get Ric Flair started here. And then there you go. Ric Flair, have a seat or just stand, do what you gotta do right here. Okay. Okay, now look, let me make this clear. So I know there's nothing that I can do about it, and it is what it is, but I have a right to give this one criticism. So on Ric Flair's Instagram, he decides to do a little brand called Ric Flair Drip, copied from the song that he did from one of the rappers. I don't know what their names are. I heard of the song. It was okay. Not a big fan of rap. There are some raps I do like, but some not so much. But anyway, the point is, Ric Flair was selling, well, a thing called weed. So I don't stand for that, to be kind of quite honest. I don't like a wrestler, no matter if it's a man or a woman, don't like them smoking. I just despise that, and I don't support people doing that. So I don't like Ric Flair smoking weed because it kind of makes him look stupid and it makes him look like an idiot. I'm just being completely honest. I love Ric Flair. I like him as just a wrestler, but not a guy that just hey, I'm just gonna smoke marijuana on Instagram and sell it for tons of money and stuff like that. It's dumb. It really is. So I just kind of hope that he stops doing that. And I kind of wish he never got into it in the first place, but now he's smoking it and doing some fun stuff with it. I just kind of despise that, and that's just my honest criticism on Ric Flair on today's regular day of 2023. So yeah, I despise Ric Flair doing that. So that's the only little issue that I have with him, and I also wanted to go ahead and get this out of the way. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And for this figure, I'm going to give this iconic look for the Four Horsemen a 10 out of 10. So that's about it. What do you guys think about Ric Flair? Do you think he's the greatest wrestler of all time? Do you think He should become the 17-time world champion if he had, the time and energy. If he was not too late in the wrestling business. I'm not saying he is, but just had more time and had more championships. So without further ado, guys, you guys rock. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.